Jesus says, okay, well, if you want to come along with me, you have to love those people. And the word he uses is agape. Now, we all know there are lots of different kinds of love. There's filial love, platonic love, brotherly love. There's eros love, well, the kind everybody likes best. And that was a joke. Eros meaning physical love. And then there's agape love. Now, he's not talking about keeping your distance kind of love. He's not talking about walking a wide swath kind of love. He's not talking about avoidance kind of love. He's not talking about leaving them alone kind of love. He is talking about welcoming, endearing love of your enemy. Oh, gosh, that's hard. Can't do that. Okay, there are those 4. And then there are 5 more after that. If anyone strikes you on the cheek, then offer the other also. Thank you, can I have another? And from anyone who takes away your coat, just give them your shirt too. And give to everyone who begs from you. If anyone takes away your goods, don't ask for them back. Let them keep them. Do to others as you would have them do to you. Now, we've heard that. We've heard that before. Do unto others as you would have them do to you. But there are all sorts of ways in which we do to others in a very, perhaps not conscious way. Jesus here is not asking the people who are following him to think. But we've all been educated to understand that if I have knowledge of a thing, if I have intellectual understanding or knowledge of a thing, I should be able to incorporate it in my life. I should be able to work with it. But Jesus isn't saying that. He said, just behave this way. I don't care if you understand it or not. I don't care if you comprehend it or not. Just do it. Okay. Tony Soprano comes to mind in the next section. If you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? What's a good thing to love the people that you love, but how about trying to love the people you don't love? Now there's some work. Even sinners, Tony Soprano, loves, as far as he's capable of loving, loves sinners, loves his own. If you do good to those who do good to you, so what? Is essentially what he's saying. So what? That's easy. Do the stuff that's hard. Do good to the people who don't do good to you. Give to those from, even sinners give to those from whom they hope to receive. But that's no credit to them. And the word here for sinners is this wonderful word. Say it with me. Harmatoloi. Harmatoloi. It's Greek. So if the harmatoloi are nice to each other and expect to get good stuff back from the other harmatoloi, what credit is that to you? Even harmatoloi lend to harmatoloi, and they do that to receive much again. And then he repeats it, hoping that this chaotic crowd might hear it when he says it again. But love your enemies. Do good. Now, there are do's here. This is do stuff. Do, love. These are all verbs. Do, love, give. Do, love. Doing good. Jesus. You need to know how to love. You need to be involved in good doing and giving. And he says, your reward will be great. But not your reward from human beings. If you do this stuff, if you behave this way as you are called to behave, and you are expecting to get something good back from human beings, you're missing the boat. Jesus says you don't do this to get back from your brothers and sisters. You do this because this is what God expects of you. If you are going to be followers of Jesus Christ, you do this because God expects you to do this. This is what you do to become children of God, to be children of the Most High. It has nothing to do with getting anything back for being good kids on earth. It's what you do because you are and want to be children of the Most High, and you want to receive reward from God. He sneaks in this wonderful line. For God is kind to the ungrateful and the wicked. What's that about? What is that about? God is kind to the ungrateful and the wicked? What about us? Be merciful. Be merciful. Just as God has been merciful to you, perhaps in a way you will never, ever understand. The next section has 2 do's and 2 don'ts. 2 don'ts are first. Don't judge, and you won't be judged. Don't condemn, and you won't be condemned. But then the next part is do forgive and do give. Don't judge, don't condemn. Don't judge, don't condemn. Do forgive, do give. 2 don'ts, 2 do's. You know, you say, I don't judge people. You know, I remember when women were coming up in professions that were generally male-dominated professions. And women would accuse men with whom they could not compete in the marketplace of being male chauvinist pigs. And I remember men who turned around one day and saw that they had a woman for a boss saying, well, she slept her way to the top. You know you've heard this. You know you've heard this said, whether you've said it yourselves. This is judgment. This is judgment. How many of us have been critical or judged somebody lazy? How many of you this week were mad at somebody for being incompetent? I talked to someone yesterday who was so disturbed and so distressed about her stay in the hospital and how she had not been cared for. I just sat there and my jaw was on my chest and I felt so terrible and so bad. We have expectations of people. We have expectations that they should know how to do their job, how to do it well, and they need to live up to our expectations. And there are times when we can be absolutely merciless